Here we go. Take one. Let's see if this actually happens. If I can get the freaking Lakitu skip. Oh, I want to make a video where like I talk about all of the things, all of the Nintendo things that people mispronounce. Which it's a fine line because I feel like I have to do it without sounding like a jerk. But like for example, Lakitu instead of Lakitu. I mean, I think pronunciation in general is kind of silly. Because who cares? It's like whenever, oh wait, I gotta do this too. Crap. Wait. Don't start yet. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Never mind. No. Okay. Take two. We try again. This time, we'll get it. Oh wait. Ah! Wait. There you go. the legitimacy of my speedrun. Okay. This time, it's gonna happen. This time it's gonna work. Trust. Trust the process. But yeah, like Lakitu, people make fun of me for saying Labo instead of Labo. A bunch of things. Mario or Mario. Okay. Alright. Watch this, guys. This time it's gonna work. Watch this. This is gonna be epic. Right here. Boom. Boom. And... Gosh darn it. We try again. I gotta figure out, like, there's like some things where it's like, I need to, one day I'm just gonna like practice trying to get, trying to be more consistent and getting things to actually work. Like, I know I need to practice, obviously I need to practice bridge skip, but then I also need to practice my, BOJs. Because that also is like super duper hit or miss. Yeah. Okay, this time it's gonna happen. Maybe I'm jinxing it. Okay, this time it's not gonna happen. Actually, yeah, this time it's not gonna happen. We're gonna under-promise and over-deliver. That should be my motto for life. Under-promise and over-deliver. Okay. This time it'll happen. Watch this. And boom. God. That wasn't it.
It's me, Mario.
Alright.
Hello.
Here we go. This time it'll happen. Oh wait, no, this time it's not gonna happen.
Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess
Peach.
Toadstool. Peach.
It's so humiliating because we have to just like watch this intro over and over. This intro is gonna like haunt my dreams. But you know what was crazy? I was trying to run a like 16-star speedrun on my Switch, like in handheld with the Joy-Con. And some things I noticed were like way harder than other things, but some things were actually way easier. I think I actually got the bridge skip like first or second try with the Joy-Con, which is crazy. But then like trying to... What was difficult with the... Oh, trying to do what's it called? Trying to do... Why am I blanking? Trying to do cannonless with the Joy-Con is like... just silly. Okay. This time it'll hopefully happen.
Princess Toadstool.
But... Okay. We got it. We got it. We got it. I really hope we got it. I feel like one day we will actually PB on stream. Because I believe the last time I ever PB'd was off stream. But one day we'll get it on stream and we'll actually get like the recording of it. Hopefully. One day. Okay. Here we go. Boom. 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 Ow, I hit the mic, sorry. That wasn't it. We try again.
It's me, Mario. Hello.
If there's anything that I am persistent.
Okie dokie.
Okay. We got it.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I am
If at first you don't succeed,
Princess Toadstool.
try and try again, and then eventually give up. That's my advice. Man, I hate sitting through this whole thing. I wonder if one day they would ever remake SM64. Like, can you imagine? Well, I mean, I guess we can, because, like, you know those YouTube videos where it's like... oh, Super Mario 64 in Unreal Engine. But, like, I want to see an actual, like, Nintendo do it. God, I knew that one wasn't gonna work. Hello, Pizza Party. Welcome in. How's it going? Hello, hello.
It's me, Mario.
It's Monday.
Hello.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I don't know. I
Please come to the castle.
I go back and forth of whether or not, like, streaming is actually worth my time. Not for any, I mean, but just because, I have so many other things to do. But I don't know, streaming is just, like, so easy, and, like, I just, like, sit here and play video games, you know? I don't know. And it's fun. But, are you guys excited for the Switch 2? Switch 2 coming real soon. What do you have to do besides see us? I have like 10 bajillion videos that I need to edit. It's so bad. Oh, speaking of which, I hope you guys enjoyed the Disneyland video. That one. Okay, wait, hold on. Pause. God dang it! I'm so bad at this. I'm not even a true gamer.
It's me, Mario.
But yeah. Are you guys gonna watch the Switch 2 thing? Yeah, it's gonna be 3 o'clock in the morning my time.
Please come to the castle.
So I'm thinking of maybe just staying. That would be kind of fun. Well, I don't know if it would be fun, because I feel like I would probably get tired very quickly, but maybe streaming all night? Should I like stream until 3 o'clock in the morning? But then I feel like at some point I might like fall asleep. And I like, that's my biggest like fear in life is like falling asleep on camera. I don't think, like, whenever people do like 24-hour streams, like, I can't. Like, sleeping on camera, it's so scary. Well, if anything, just because I feel like I'm ugly when I sleep. God dang it, I'm so bad at this video game.
It's me, Mario.
Okay, wait, I'm just gonna like try it real quick, practice this real quick. I sure will wait. How come I can get it like, okay. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I will, well, I don't know.
Mario.
I'll definitely be watching it. like, as it happens though. But yeah, it's gonna be super duper early in the morning.
Come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Princess Toadstool.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you guys consider, like... Are you guys superstitious? By which I mean, like, are you guys superstitious in, like... Like, for example, I get superstitious about, like, months. By which I mean, like, I think March I had a pretty bad month. Just in terms of, like, my mental. But, like, so I've been, like, very eager for March to be over. Like, I already switched my calendars, and it's not even the end of March, actually, or technically. But I already switched my calendars to April, because I feel like March was just, like, not a good month for me. Yay! And I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I have, like, a superstition about that, like, oh, like, this month was just, like, a bad luck month. So I'm ready for a new month. I don't know. I also noticed, there was one morning where I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and the moon was still out. And then it was a full moon. And I was like, I wonder if that's gonna mean anything. And then I had like the worst day of my life. Maybe not the worst day of my life, but like, oh my god. But yeah, I was like, I like took a mental note of it too, where I was like, oh, it's a full moon. I wonder what if the full moon is gonna affect my day. And then it totally did. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just like superstitious about that kind of stuff. Or like even like the weather. Sometimes with the weather, I get like scared about how like rainy days being not lucky for me, and then sunny days being more I have better luck. Am I like a crystal mommy? Am I turning into a crystal mommy? I'm gonna start like collecting crystals. Okay. Yeah, I tried doing this with like a Joy-Con, and this was really hard. Okay. Here we go. Backflip. Punch. Down. See right up. Ah, you butt. Okay. I can't believe that didn't work. Okay. Oh god, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. Surely this time it'll work, right? I was debating if I should play Mario Kart, since like Mario Kart is like the best selling game on the Switch and everything. Oh, I think I forgot to punch. Be right up. There we go.
Here we go!
Wahoo. Okay. I saw this rumor about how, there's a rumor about, like, that people are saying that, like, you can connect a Switch 1 with the Switch 2 and then use it as, like, a screen or as, like, another controller, like a Wii U type of deal. And I don't think that's real. Holy cannoli, I'm so bad. How am I so bad at this? What happened to me? Dummy. What is going on? What's wrong with me today? I'm gonna die. There we go, Jesus. Oh no, okay. There's no... oh my god. I have a lot of time to make up here. Sorry, yeah, there's like a rumor about how like that you'll be able to connect your Switch 1 to the Switch 2 and then use it as like a second screen type of thing. I kind of doubt that. I don't think that's real. That's like one of those things where it's like someone comes up with it on like 4chan and then people are like, wow, that's so cool, and then people make like mock-ups of it on Reddit or something. Oops, it's not the owl yet. What is wrong with me? Holy crap. Ah! Ow. Nope. Jesus. Ow. Oh wait, I'm gonna, this isn't, never mind. I was looking, we're so behind. Okay, this isn't it. This ain't it.
It's me, Mario.
Mario.
Hello.
I was watching some YouTube videos today about, like embarrassing high school or embarrassing school stories. I guess embarrassing childhood stories. And like, someone was telling a story about how like they went on stage to do like a presentation or something, and then they got so embarrassed and like scared that they peed their pants. And it's just like, oh, that's so sad. That's like a life-changing, life-altering event. And then it got me thinking too about like public speaking for me, because I feel like I always like, when I was in middle school, I remember they were like doing like a class about like public speaking, and like one of the like sort of statistics or whatever, or like fun facts, is that like they said that like public speaking is people's #1 biggest fear, even more than death. And I was like, first off, that's crazy. Second of all, I don't know.
Mario.
I think I would rather speak in public than die. I don't know. But I feel like nowadays I would be okay with public speaking. Because I feel like nowadays I just don't care. I don't care. At least not as much. I still care a bit, but like not as much. Like I'm very self-conscious, but if I were to have to public speak in front of like strangers, I feel like I wouldn't really care as much. I remember one time, I will say like whenever, the few times I do anything public in front of people, I get a little bit scared and nervous, and like, I get the thing where like my leg goes numb. Jesus Christ. Like I think about how one time I had to one time I was performing in front of a crowd, and because I was playing guitar, I had to use my feet to use my pedals, and like I remember just like my foot was shaking so bad, like I could barely use my pedals. So that was probably I was scared about that, I guess. There was this one time in middle school, I remember, where we had to do a project where we had to do like a public debate, which is crazy. It was crazy. And like, so I remember the project was like, we had to pair up with somebody and then do our research and then do a debate. And then I look at like the presidential debates now, and it's like I think my middle school debate was I was better at debating than some of the presidential debates as of recent. But huh. Yeah, this one time, I remember, well, because in our middle school, we had this thing where it's like, we had like required electives that you would have to take. So like, I remember like at one point, you know, everybody had to do like PE and stuff. And I remember one of my PE projects was like, okay, come up with a workout routine set to music. So like a dance routine that involves like push-ups or sit-ups or planks, etc., etc. And I remember, well, first off, in like that group project, did you guys, or I guess did you guys in school ever like, you know when you have to do group projects and then you get grouped with like the worst people possible? Like, I don't know why in school, I just had like the worst luck with that, where I would get paired up with like the absolute worst, like just like the worst people possible. Which I almost wonder if like the teachers did that because I'm such like a nerd that like they knew that I would be able to carry like the not smart people of the class. But like I remember, yeah, just like getting paired up with the worst group ever in a lot of group projects in middle school. And just like I was so bummed because I knew that like, you know, I would have to do everything. God, I never want to go back to school ever again. That was the worst. What am I doing? Oh God. Okay. I was paired with people who did nothing, yeah. And it's like the worst. It's the worst. It's so annoying. I hated that. I remember just, yeah, like in like grade school, just like whenever the teacher would be like, oh, group project, like whenever those words were like mentioned, I would be so bummed. I hate just group anything in general. You dummy. Okay, sorry. In high school, we had to do a presentation on science stuff, and I did all the work, and my partner added one picture. We had to write reviews when done, and I called them out saying they did no work and it wasn't fair for them to get the same grade as me, and they still did. Aw. That's so sad. Yeah, I wonder if whenever teachers ask for that kind of thing, like reviews, peer reviews, I wonder if they ever actually do anything about it. Ah. You're so mad, I bet. Although I will say, were you ever like paired up with like the worst people, and then it's just like, I remember just like getting paired up with like the worst people and just being like, oh, maybe it's better if I just do all the work. Like I was just like so just sad, or like I was so just, you know, bummed to be paired up with like the worst, just like not the smartest person in the class, and then just being like, oh, you know what, I'll just do all the work, you just hang out and I'll just do the work, no worry. Like, I think things will go better if I just do everything, honestly. Cause it's also the thing where it's like, it's so annoying too. I hate like delegating work for other people and stuff, and like being like, okay, you do this part of the project and then it's not gonna look the same. Like, where's the continuity, you know? Like, everything has to be the same. Wait, you know what I just realized? Maybe that's why I'm such a loner. Maybe that's why I'm gonna die alone, because I didn't even want to do group projects in school. Oh god. Wait. Oh god. Is that like a psychological thing? Okay. Go like that. Wahoo! Meow, 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 meow. What else? Other embarrassing things in high school that had happened. I mean, I can like go through every single, cause yeah, it got to a point in school, in grade school, where like, I had been rejected by so many girls that like, for me just existing, same. Honestly, same. Same. Yeah, it got to a point where like, I had been rejected by so many girls in school that like, I was keeping like a tally of it. And like, at one point I remember like once I got to 10, I was like, okay, wait, this is like, something's wrong here. Like, it got to 10 and I was like, oh god, wait. I had like an existential crisis, because I was like, oh wait, there was 10. I was like, wait, this is a cool milestone. This is a cool milestone and all, but like, 10 is kind of crazy. But yeah, I remember, we can go through all of the let's go through all of my embarrassing rejections and stuff. It all started, I feel like I'm like in therapy. It all started in, I think I must have been like 4th or 5th grade. There was a girl who I really liked throughout 4th and 5th grade. I bought her a necklace, like a heart necklace, for Valentine's Day. By the way, I should mention, I'm not butthurt about any of this stuff. Like, I'm very like, you know, I'm grateful that a lot of the, most of the girls who I have, you know, most of the girls who've rejected me, like, I'm still friendly with. So that's really nice. But like, yeah, So I don't hold any grudges against any of the girls who I liked. But like, yeah, I remember like 4th or 5th grade, I bought this girl a necklace for Valentine's Day. I gave it to her, and then one of her friends came back and told my friends that apparently she like flushed it down the toilet in the school bathroom. And it was probably the first time in my life, I think, where like I laughed about it on the outside, like I thought it was funny, but I feel like probably deep down, like on a psychological level, I was probably very hurt. I was probably like so sad. But I totally like tried to play it off where it's like, oh, that's so funny. That is just so funny. Meanwhile, I'm crying on the inside. But that was like my first time ever, you know, ow, I didn't know that hurt. That was like my first time experiencing heartbreak. Actually, speaking of which, do you guys remember the first time you had feelings for somebody? I actually remember, like I remember the person, I remember where I was, how old I was. I remember it was this girl who, I'm thinking of like, should I say the name? I'll say the first name because it's like there's so many. But like, I remember the first time I ever had feelings for a girl, I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. It was a girl named Taylor. And I specifically remember being like, it was recess, and like, you know, it was like recess and like we were playing outside and whatever, and like I remember like looking at her and I was like, wait, I like her. Taylor of the Swift, exactly, Taylor Swift. I mean, you know, granted, when I was in grade school, Taylor Swift wasn't even born, you know? Because I was in grade school in like, what, 1973? So it unfortunately, it wasn't Taylor Swift. Actually, funnily enough, I do actually follow that girl on, not Taylor Swift, but like, I follow the girl who I've had my first ever feelings for on Instagram. And I'm happy for her. I think she got married or something. Ah, you silly bird. But yeah, I remember that was the first time I ever had feelings for a girl. But yeah, so after the girl broke my heart. No, just joke. Well, kind of, but after the girl broke my heart, let me think. After that, oh, yeah, actually, crazy. I guess 4th and 5th grade, I was like, 4th and 5th grade was a crazy time for me. Like, that was probably when I was my most, like, feral. Like, just wild. Was 4th and 5th grade. Because I think, let's see, when I was in 4th and 5th grade, I had a crush on like 3 girls, possibly at the same time. But like, I remember there was this one girl, so yeah, there was the girl who flushed the thing down the toilet. Then there was also this girl who, there was this girl who I had known since like kindergarten. Was, you know, like we were like childhood friends, and like I liked her. I think I asked her to the 5th grade banquet, and then she said no. You guys remember like asking for partners to go to school, like events like proms or whatever? Oh, and then this other girl. Oh my god, what a crazy story this is. I hope it's okay that I'm telling these stories. I doubt they like, for sure these girls don't watch my Twitch streams. But like, yeah, there was this one girl, who I had feelings for, but at the time, she was in a relationship. So like, it's kind of like drama here, but like, this girl was in a relationship, and I remember because for whatever reason, the kids in my class, we used Gmail as like a chat. Like we didn't use AOL or anything like we use, or AIM, I mean. We just used like Gmail to, so like we're writing emails to each other as like, you know, little kids, as like 8 or 9-year-olds, and we're like writing emails and it's like best regards. No, and then like I remember, so yeah, there was this girl, she was in a relationship, or you know, as much of a relationship as like you could call it as like a 8 or 9-year-old. And so like since she was in a, did I get all the stars? Okay, sweet. Since she was in a relationship, and I was like, I would like ask her every so often, like, oh, what % do you like me? Like the most, it's the cringiest thing ever. But I would, yeah, so I would like ask her constantly like, oh, okay, what % now? And it would be like, okay, 20%. God, that's so cringy. Imagine doing that now. Like I try to like imagine doing that today, like asking like, oh, what % do you like me? And I remember like after I'd get like, yeah, like 20%, and I would be like, yes, like I was such a win. And then like sometimes we would like get into arguments, and it'd be like, oh, now it's 12%, and I would be like, no. It's like I'm watching like the stock market or something. The stock market going up and down. Okay, 20%, and then like, oh, I didn't like what you did there, now it's 12%. Still a chance. And oh yeah, so like kind of the end of that story is just that like, yeah, eventually her boyfriend did find out, and then I got beat up. Well, I didn't, not beat up, because I was friends with actually that doesn't make it better, but like it makes it worse, but like I was friends with like this girl's boyfriend. I forget how, I just like knew him. But anyway, yeah, one day I came to school in the morning, and then he was just like kicking me. He was like trying to beat me up. Which I guess that's like the only fight I've ever been in. Granted, it was like barely a fight. But yeah, obviously, I don't condone that kind of thing now, obviously. That was just... that was my moment of weakness, I guess. But... yeah, so that one was... she was a nice girl, and I still keep up with her. Sometimes. I follow her on Instagram. But she's... I mean, you know, she's like a lawyer now, and I'm here playing Mario. Oh no. Wait, that just made me really sad. He's literally like a lawyer, and I'm here playing Mario on Twitch. Okay. Ah! Sorry. Ah, oh, crap. Go, 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 go. Yeah, so that was that girl. And then, so after 5th grade comes 6th grade. And I don't know if I don't know if it's like this where you guys, in your guys' neck of the woods, but like for me, after elementary school, so elementary school was grades like kindergarten through 5th grade. And then after 5th grade, you would go to middle school, which was 6th grade through 6th grade through 8th grade. So like after 5th grade, then it was like, yeah, everybody, it was like, you know, like play that one Sarah McLachlan? Play that one just sad song about, play Landslide. Where like, yeah, after elementary school, then everybody went their separate ways, kind of. Please! Okay. And then... So yeah, although I didn't see a lot of the people from my elementary school in middle school, I did see new people. Which meant a whole nother, like, just a bunch of new people who I could now have crushes on. And like the first girl I had a crush on in middle school was, yeah, someone who I didn't know. But yeah, and I had a crush on her. So like my thing is that like, I have a crippling fear of rejection. So I had a crush on this girl for like a whole year. And I waited until literally the last day of 6th grade. Doesn't everyone? I guess so. Well, I don't know, my fear of rejection, I feel like is especially bad, I don't know. To where it like actually affects my day-to-day life. Oh my god. Sorry, wait. But yeah, so I waited until literally the last day of school to like confess my feelings for this girl. And the way I did it was the most like, you know, like middle schooler, like grade schooler way, where it's like I asked one of my friends to do it for me. And the feedback that I got back from my friend was that apparently this girl had said that she would rather date a dog. And that one kind of stung. That one kind of stung. WTF. And like I don't hold it against her. Like we still follow each other on Instagram and everything. So no hard feelings here. I think kids are just like, I think it's just kids things. Sorry, wait, also, dude, this sucks. Dude, the freaking BLJs every time. Okay. But yeah, so that one kind of hurt. But so that was 6th grade. I spent a whole year just having a crush on this girl and nobody else. At least I don't think so. Yikes. And then, so after 6th grade, 7th grade, let me think. What was going on in 7th grade? In 7th grade, I think I liked this girl who had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend didn't like me, which was like super like the worst possible thing that could ever happen in my life. But let me think. I don't think I really like I guess 7th grade, yeah, I wasn't too crazy for anybody. But yeah, I did like that girl who did have a boyfriend, and the boyfriend didn't like me. Oh my god. So after 7th grade, yeah, I guess I didn't, that's a W. I didn't get rejected in 7th grade at least. In 8th grade, I remember in 8th grade specifically, I had like, I had come to the conclusion that I probably just like, I'm not good, I didn't want to have any crushes. So I spent 8th grade just like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna actively not have any crushes, any feelings. Just any feelings in general, like no emotions. And then it wasn't until the end of 8th grade where cause I sat next to this girl in science class, and then I started having feelings for her. God! But yeah, luckily 8th grade too, no rejections. I'm so bad at this stupid Bowser boss fight. Ouch. God. But yeah, so after I like had that crush on the girl that I sat next to in science in 8th grade, then when I went to 9th grade, when I went to high school, I asked her out, and she said no. God, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at video games. And because, well, I have this issue where when I ask, or at least when I used to, when I was in school, when I would ask girls out, I would always like do it with some kind of like gift, as if to buy a girl's feelings with money. But, so yeah, I liked this girl, and then I bought her a necklace, and it was a pretty expensive one. Actually, I still have it. I literally still have it. I think it was like $90. But yeah, I asked this girl out with a necklace. She said no. Oh, you know what was crazy? I asked her out with this necklace, and then when she said no, I said, oh, do you want to keep the necklace? And she said no. Yeah, $90. Oh wait, I pressed the wrong button. We didn't get to see the finish time. Oops. It wasn't a PB though, so it doesn't even matter anywhere. Okay, we're just gonna reset already. Yeah, a $90 necklace, and she said no. I asked her if she wanted to keep the necklace, which is crazy. But yeah, she also said no to that. So I got rejected like twice, basically. That one I took really hard, I remember. I was like depresso. I was like extra depresso after I got rejected by that girl. And it was like the kind of thing where it's like I would like post cryptic lyrics on Facebook. I would like, yeah. I would post all these like depressing song lyrics on Facebook.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly,
Yeah.
Princess Toadstool. Peach.
And that was my freshman year of high school. I think that was the only girl I like had a crush on or anything. So after 9th grade, I went to 10th grade, and oh my god, 10th grade was so funny, guys. I think I told this story before, but when I was in 10th grade, I went through kind of a midlife crisis where, because at that point I had grown out my hair super long, like it was like to my shoulders. So I had really long hair. People made fun of me for it a lot, including my family. So like I figured the biggest like troll I could do, since my family would always make fun of my long hair, the biggest troll I could do was to just get the worst haircut possible. So what I did was I had my long hair, I shaved the sides like down to the skin. So I had this like basically extra long mohawk. So suffice to say, that year, during 10th grade, I was not in any shape to be asking out any girls because I had like a mullet mohawk haircut. There was one girl I had asked out. Well, I didn't even ask her out. I just because I sat next to her in like biology or something, and I didn't even ask her out, but I just asked I asked if I could follow her on Twitter, if I could get her Twitter to follow her, and she said no.
It's me, Mario.
And that's crazy.
Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come
Actually, oh yeah, and then speaking of that haircut,
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool.
when I got that haircut, I remember I showed up to class one day, and this girl who was in my class asked me, "Did you lose a bet?" And I'm like, no. But I think that just goes to show, that goes to show how bad of like a midlife crisis I was in. But yeah. Yeah, so after 10th grade, 11th grade, 11th grade, I had a crush on a girl who, once again, had a boyfriend. God dang it. And,
It's me, Mario.
so as per usual, in a situation like that, I just kind of suppressed my feelings for the longest time, the whole year. I suppressed my feelings for the whole year, and we were like really close. In fact, luckily we still kind of keep in touch today, which is like very kind, and she's super nice. But yeah, so like after a year, I remember, oh god, and this is probably the cringiest thing I've ever done in my life. Well, I don't know. I've done a lot of cringy things, but the cringiest thing I've ever done in my life was this last time I asked out a girl. I texted her one day and said, "Hey, I'm taking a statistics class, and do you think you could meet me after school to fill out a survey that I have to do?" And she was like, "Okay, I'll meet you after school tomorrow." Well, after school tomorrow comes, and I hand her a post-it note that says, "Will you be my girlfriend?" with a checkbox, yes, no, or the third option, "Are you crazy?" Because of course I have to like try to be funny. But I remember, oh god, I never ever want to I never ever want to like relive that, but I remember handing her the post-it note and the pen. She looks at it and she says, "Oh, sorry." And I was just like, oh, that's okay. And it's the most it's the cringiest thing I think I've ever done in my life. And luckily, I mean, luckily she handled it very well. I think I handled it very poorly. But yeah. But she's super cool. Again, no hard feelings against anyone. But yeah, after that, that was like the last time I ever,
It's me,
like,
Mario.
you know, that was the last time I ever wanted to confess my feelings for a girl.
Okie dokie.
Because of course, as we all know, I met my wife shortly after.
Yours truly.
Shortly after that last girl, I met my wife, and then we've been married ever since. And now we have two kids. I was gonna say two beautiful kids, but of course, like, the one kid is better than the other. But I don't like to talk about it. By the way, guys, I don't think I mentioned, I cut my own hair. I do this thing now where I cut my own hair, and it's so nice. Well, I mean, I hate it because it's like such a hassle, but like, I like it because I don't have to go to anybody. I can just do it myself. And it's free. But yeah, I was thinking of like growing out my hair, but like, I don't know, it's been hot. It got too hot.
It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Okay, I'm off to bed, to be up super early. Alright, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. No worries at all. No need to be sad.
Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Hope you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate. Alright. Hopefully we can get it this time. Yeah. I think that's pretty much all. That's most of my embarrassing stories. I don't know. Were you guys good? Were you guys good students in school? Cause I was an okay student, I think. I definitely had a falling off point, I remember. In elementary school, I would say, I was totally like popping off. But after elementary school, I definitely just fell off so hard. Because I remember, in like 7th grade, I got my first C ever in my life. And I was just like so devastated. Of course, I would later go on to learn that, you know, just grades don't really matter. None of this really matters anyway, in the grand scheme of things, when you think about it. But, yeah. I definitely started I started falling off a lot after, like, grade 5. And ever since then, it's been, like, it's been downhill ever since. Like, I was getting, like, well, I don't know. I think no matter, regardless of how much I fell off in school, like, I never got, like, terrible. Well, actually, I failed a class in college. There was one class I actually did fail in college. And that was crazy. To be fair, it was a class where it was like, it has nothing to do, like, it was totally outside of my, like, what I'm familiar with or what I even care about. It was like a marine biology class, and I failed. But what do I know about, like, El Nino and or La? What is it? I don't even know. I don't even remember. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know. I think like... I think in general, people should be more lax about like grades and stuff and like what, because I mean, when you think about it, it's like, of course kids are gonna not excel in classes that they don't care about. Like, I didn't care about history, which I mean, I guess to be fair, it's like, it's probably why I'm so dumb when it comes to like geography and history and stuff. I'm actually like detrimentally behind in that kind of stuff, but like, I don't know, I didn't care, so like, I didn't do great in like any kind of social studies because I just don't care. Like, that stuff isn't interesting to me. We have the rest of our lives to learn about history. I only like to think about the present, not the past. You know what I mean? So that's why I always sucked at history. Yeah, okay, like, from the core subjects in school, I would rank it as, like, math was definitely my best. After math, probably English, I guess? Math, and then, like, English, or like, yeah, I guess English. And then science, I guess, and then like social studies at the bottom, the very, very bottom. And like even science I wasn't great at, like mainly like biology stuff. The science that I was really good at though, oh yeah, and chemistry. Chemistry, I had a notoriously bad teacher though. That one I do actually blame the teacher for. I feel like if I took chemistry today, I would probably have a lot more interest in it. But I had a notoriously, like everybody in our high school knew that, probably even the teachers knew that this teacher was just bad. It was terrible. Yeah, so like biology and chemistry I was really bad at, but I was really good at physics, because basically physics is just math. So of course, since it's math, then I was like pretty good at it. Because I enjoy math. Oops. What else? Yeah, I don't envy kids like being in school. I would hate to be in school ever again. But like I remember in high school it was so stressful because you would have to choose your electives, and like obviously all the cool electives would be taken first. My favorite electives were guitar, because obviously, well, I mean not obviously, but you know, I played guitar, so like it was like an easy A for me. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, unfortunately, our guitar teacher ended up getting in some legal issues. I think involving children. Oh crap. So that's a bummer. Because I really liked guitar. I mean, he even gave me this award, which got me like a scholarship. I think. But like, yeah, unfortunately, you know, the teacher just turned out to be a little bit cringe. But yeah, that was... What else electives did I take? Because it's not like I cared about anything. I think... I know in my like senior year of high school I took a video class just because I was like, oh, you know, obviously video, so. And then I remember in my video class, I would bring my hard drive with my YouTube videos on it and just edit my YouTube videos in class. Every so often my teacher would catch me and he would be like, oh. And because I was so good at editing, my teacher would just be like, oh, do you think you could work on the actual project? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I never really got in trouble, but like, he would just be like, oh, you know, do you think you could actually work on this stuff? And I was like, yeah. But that was a pretty crazy time. God, what else electives did I don't remember. Well, I definitely had to take like Japanese because you had to take a language in high school. So I took 2 years of Japanese. Oh, I took a lot of business classes. Because for a while I thought I would like I would major in business, but then I didn't want to major in business. There's no way. I hate business. It's just so boring. I hated business classes in high school. I remember during like one of my intro business classes in high school, we had to do a mock interview. A mock job interview. And so you would have to like pick a place to interview for. I picked GameStop. And the lady who was doing this mock interview for me knew nothing about GameStop. It was just the most awkward thing, because here I am sitting in this like pretend interview for GameStop and I'm talking about like Mario and this lady is just like, I don't care. Like, what is Mario? Yeah. I took I remember I took this one business class. I forget what it was called, but I remember a big part of it was just like typing. It wasn't called like typing class, but like it was like a big component of it was just like, oh, learn how to type better and faster. And you know, me being such a computer gremlin, I obviously just like sped through everything. The teacher had this like, you would have to, she had these like cardboard like things that would hide the keyboard. So like you would put it under the laptop and then it would hide the keyboard so you couldn't see the actual keys. And yeah, it was just like, because I'm such a computer gremlin, I just like went through that class so easily. I remember actually, I would always be so excited for that class because it would just be an excuse for me to like use the school compute. Sorry, it would be an excuse for me to use the school laptops to watch Twitch. I would just be like sitting there watching Twitch. I forget how I did it, because I remember it was like a known trick in school, in our high school, where if you use the school laptops, because like, you know, the school can like kind of like can track what the laptops are being used for. So there was like a trick where it would be like, oh, you would have to use like a certain website or a certain browser in order to bypass the school, like the school tracking the laptops. Man, crazy times. I messed this up. Okay, we gotta make do. Okay. It wasn't the traditional way to get that star, but we got it anyway. Yeah, I can't remember what electives I took in high school. Oh my god, of course, how could I have forgotten? I took a digital art class in high school, and it was always early, it was always the first class in the morning, and I was terrible, I suck at waking up early, so I would always be late to school, and the teacher got so mad at me. the teacher, like, the teacher would, like, cuss me out. Like, it was so bad. But I was just like, yeah. Like, I would show up to class and he would, like, always, like, point at his watch and be like, "You're late again." I was like, sorry. I'm just so bad at waking up early. And it was so annoying. It's so annoying because, like, the high school that I went to, there would always be traffic. Because obviously everybody's trying to get to school. But yeah, I'm just bad at waking up early in the morning. But yeah, and then I also just wasn't good at, I'm not good at, like, art stuff. Wow!
A-tail and is chasing.
Hello, Jamuwu. Thank you so much for the bit. Hello, welcome in. Hope all is well. I'm just talking about, like, my high school memories. Hope you had some good high school memories. Okay. Yeah, I'm not good at, like, digital art stuff, so, like, whenever I took that class and we had to learn, like, Adobe Illustrator, and I'm not good. I don't know how to use... But yeah, hello. Hope all is well. Oh no, sorry, I don't know. I only know English. I'm sorry. Sorry. Do we split, I think? But, yeah. Oh god, okay. Get over here. I saw a clip where Squeaks was talking about how he has a Mips, he has a Mips plushie, and now I want a Mips plushie. Where do I get one? Okay. There we go. I hate that. Sorry. I always feel like I have to super duper concentrate here. Wahoo! Yeah, I don't envy kids in school. You do you. Thanks. Like, do you guys remember how early school was? Like, that's crazy. Because I think high school here, or the high school I went to starts at like 8 o'clock. Like, that's wild. And I remember thinking, even like in high school, I was like, why instead of a 9 to 5, we have to start at 8 o'clock? Well, I guess, well, never mind. It makes sense. I'd rather have an 8 till, like, what was it? 8 till like 2 or something instead of a 9 to 5. I remember that was actually like a big sort of debate when I was in high school. Like, should school start later and end later? Sorry, try to keep the English. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know any other. I don't know. I only know English. Okay. The other debate in our high school I remember was like, should kids be allowed to leave campus during lunch? And I thought that was crazy. Like, don't get, like, I'm not, like, I didn't enjoy school, obviously, but leaving campus during lunch seems wild to me. Cause, I mean, I feel like that's just asking for kids to, like, start ditching school. I guess it's also worth mentioning too that we do have like there's like a shopping center right by our high school. So I guess like the idea being that like kids could go for lunch at the shopping center by our school. But still, I don't know. That seems crazy to me. Meow, 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 meow. You didn't have all that? Yeah, that seems kinda... I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's just like... There's gonna be so many kids just ditching class. You know what was so annoying to me? And I think it's still a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. Is like... Ah, crap. Some kids... In high school, it was totally like... It was totally about who you knew. Or like who... You know, who you were... Yeah, who you knew. Like, all the kids who were friends with like the security guards always got to skip class or show up to class late. Like, that was always crazy to me. Like, just because they know the security guards, then they could like hang out in their golf carts and then like show up to class late. Sorry, I don't mean to cause drama, but I thought that was kind of crazy. Cool. Wait. Oh god. Oh no. We have to get these VOJs like perfect. Yeah, what else happened in high school? Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, speaking of like girls in high school and stuff, I remember like whenever there was like a big deal about like you would have to bring someone to prom or something, or bring a date to prom, I was the one kid without the date at prom. So like, it was quite awkward for me, I remember. Oh crap. The only time I skipped class, it was when I went to the nurse. Oh, the medical room. Gotcha. And I wouldn't even say that's skipping class. That's if you have to go see the nurse, then that shouldn't count as skipping class. It's like an emergency. I remember the only time, well, I don't know, I'll say statute, what is it? Statute of limitations, but, I did skip class a few times in college, but I think it was for classes where I felt like it was okay for me to skip. Like there were some classes where I think it was fine that I skipped, like like I took a class where it was like we would just watch movies and then talk about it. That's literally all we would do. So a few times I would I'd skip class and then like watch whatever movie. Oh, you made up being sick. Gotcha. Well, hey. Skipping class in college is so easy. Oh yeah, because it's like, it's not, the thing about college is that like, it's like, it's not like you have a, it's not like the teacher or the professor or whatever is gonna, you're not obligated to be there. I think it's the difference. So it makes it, so of course, they're not gonna care. Hello, Ostafia. How's it going? We're talking about school. Hope all is well. But yeah, I actually had a super cool professor. I had a really cool professor. He's super awesome. I took a video editing class in college, and like I was looking through my school email recently, and yeah, a few times he would just be like, oh, you know, you can stay home, like you can work from home if you want to today, because like I'm super good at editing. Or I'm super experienced, I guess, at editing, so you don't have to come to class. And I was like, cool, thanks. It's super cool. Doing well, just chilling. Good to hear, good to hear. We're like less than 2 days away from Switch. But yeah, I don't think I ever actually skipped. I don't think I skipped high school. Cause I was pretty like, I was pretty happy about like, I wanted to get like a perfect attendance in school. Like I don't think I skipped. I wouldn't even know how to, like if I actually had to, if I ever wanted to skip class in high school, I wouldn't know how to. Like some people were good about like hiding or whatever, or like they would like, you know, I think some people would even just like leave the campus. I wouldn't know how, because you would get caught by like the security guards. It was like trying to escape jail. Frick. He's right on the edge. I can't even get to his tail. Crap. Oh my god. I almost PB'd. We were on track to getting a PB. And I crumbled under the pressure. Dang it. Thank you for the 1 bit. Thank you, thank you. Dude. I was doing so well. Look how good we were doing here. I had all green splits. Oh no. Oh no. That was the worst thing that could have possibly happened. That's actually so crazy. We were literally doing so well the whole time. What a disappointment. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm... What a disappointment I am. Okay, we're not gonna... I don't deserve that. I don't deserve the cutscene. That was so sad. I literally just like panicked so bad. I just crumbled under the pressure.